Hi there, and welcome to what is to be considered an unusual tutorial to TF2. In this tutorial, I'll be tackling what some of you might think is a negligible part of the game, but I assure you, it's part of what makes TF2 such a unique game in its genre. This tutorial, perhaps more like guidelines really, will be about the etiquette of Team Fortress 2. It'll help you understand some of the strange happenings and the community of the game, and perhaps more importantly, how not to be a douche towards others. First of all, I shouldn't be telling you that swearing and insulting others isn't the nicest thing to do, but this is still a video game. It can be relieving, fun, or even friendly at times. And as this is an online shooter, I won't be preaching you about that. There's a time and place for everything, and you should know for yourself when it's inappropriate. When you're being healed, when a teammate saves you, when you get extinguished, or another engineer helps you build and maintain your buildings, use the in-game voice commands to give them your thanks. Set +2 for most QWERTY users. It's a small gesture that most people will greatly appreciate, and you do well to make a habit out of it. Nothing feels better than helping a teammate out, and them showing their appreciation for it. As this game is called Team Fortress 2, some team play and common sense will make you a greatly appreciated member on your team. Small things like using your milk, jarate, or air blast burning allies will net you points, but most importantly, help them out. You could target a heavy instead of his medic to save someone from getting obliterated, or thrust yourself in front of a teammate in need. Even take a rocket and perhaps even sacrifice yourself to allow a medic to retreat. Repair an NG's buildings or change class at spawn to quickly upgrade his teleporter, and then freely switch back to whatever class you were previously playing. Don't act out of your own interest all the time. It's a team-based game. Go and be a team player. The simple act of communicating, calling out a spy or sentry and the like, won't usually piss anyone off. Not even in a pub, and will save everyone some unnecessary respawns. Don't be afraid to give a compliment to a teammate, or even an opposing player. If you get headshot out of nowhere, trick stabbed, airshot, or reflect killed, and consider it an impressive play on their part, compliment them about it. They'll feel good about it, and you might even get a conversation going, and net yourself a new friend. When you see a bunch of people, red and blue alike, together, taunting and being friendly towards one another on a pub, you don't have to be the guy to blow them all up. You could just join them, or give them a friendly look as you pass by, and carry on. They'll appreciate it, and stuff like that makes TF2 the oddity it is. Spy craps, crouching players, snipers banging the air, or heavies throwing sandwiches at enemies are referred to as friendlies, and whether you kill them or not is really up to you. But it is nice to leave them be if they're not completely ruining the server. Same goes for a guy who just airshot 2 people in a row, and then taunted. You could just look at him, nod a friendly yes or nice shot, and pass him by. I suggest you try it, it's fun. This is common in predominantly snipers, but taunting after every single kill you ever make is quite cocky and will piss a lot of people off. And killing a person in an online shooter is hardly an accomplishment one should be that proud of. Don't taunt unless a kill was funny or impressive really. Have some self-respect. Again, this one's all up to you, but honoring the melee is quite a fun thing to do, and again, nets you some friends. When a person comes at you with their melee out, clearly gesturing they want a melee fight, you could just shoot them on the spot, or grab your shovel and settle the matter with pride. On another note, if you see 2 individuals partaking in an honorable melee fight, don't interrupt them. None of the parties will appreciate it unless you draw your melee and join in. Also commonly referred to as F2Ps, free-to-players are new to the game, and need help and respect. They don't know yet what's going on, and will need to adapt to the game and its ways. Don't go around insulting them. Instead try and give them a hand or even weapons you could miss. They'll appreciate it, and you'll be netting the community a new player, instead of immediately chasing him away by confronting him with his WM1 Gibbous skills. One thing I'll say about mic spamming, if you're going to do it well. Get proper equipment and software, as well as music. Most people are okay with mic spam, but more often than not, the quality is horrendous. If you don't like someone's voice in the server, you could just bitch and nag about it forever, or you could press escape and select the button with the crossed out ear on it and mute him. 2 options, but one is more polite and efficient than the other. Work it out. We've all seen it before. 4 people fighting over one teleporter, shoving one another off, and ultimately annoying everyone. Not to mention wasting time. Take your turns. Give your teleport to a class who needs it more, like the NG, or a medic, or heavy. They'll thank you for it, and it's awesome when someone does it for you. Some classes, like soldiers, scouts, or demos, don't even need the teleporter if there's only a short distance they've got to travel. When you approach a medic or teammates around the cart and they're looking at you, shoot your gun, or as a spy, get rid of your disguise to immediately let them know you're friendly. They won't have to spy check you, and you'll save them some time and effort. When you're waiting in line to be healed by the medic, don't just stand there spamming the medic button. In fact, don't spam the E button at all. Once in a while will do. Protect your medic while waiting to be healed or while being healed. He or she will be of no use to you dead anyway, and they'll feel more at ease knowing you're watching out for them. As a general rule, protect your medic no matter what, really. That's about it for the TF2 etiquette I can think of. I'm sure there's more to it, but that's about the gist of it. Again, these are just suggestions. It's your game and you can play it however you want. It's the small things really, but they do make it more enjoyable.
It didn't work.